I'm your host on Speak Your Mind, Shami Rochanlal, and I welcome you on this throwback show. I have with me the CEO, the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, Robert Sen, and we've been running promos on Gold FM to inform our listeners on Gold FM and on FBC TV. So you're most welcome to call and ask questions related to Fiji Roads Authority and your concerns in regards to this. Mr. Sen, I'd like to welcome you on Speak Your Mind, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Sami.
Mr. Sen, you're the acting CEO now with Fiji Roads Authorities, and how long have you been in this position?
Well, Sami, I joined Fiji Roads just about 2 years ago as a Chief Financial Officer, and I have been acting as a CEO when there is no CEO or they've been away. So it's not a very strange for me to act on this role.
Mm-hmm. But it's quite a hot seat, I guess, Fiji Roads Authority.
It's challenging work, but I do have a capable managers and staff who looks after their department very well. So that makes my work much more easier.
Okay. So our telephone number on Gold FM Speak Your Mind is 3220-906 and 3220-907. You can call us now live on this show. Just to let you know and remind our listeners, when this show goes on FBC TV on Tuesdays, we get a lot of callers, but that is a recorded program. We can't take your calls then. So we encourage you to call now and ask questions. Mr. Sen, my first question is, when will the 4-lane project in Massino be completed? We have a lot of queries in regards to this and callers asking this.
The 4-lane project in Massino that is coming from Nasuri, that we expected to, currently there is no fixed date, but tentative we have worked with our contractors, our engineers to have it completed by end of December 2018. However, that will all depends on the weather and other unexpected ground levels. As you see that the area that we're building, the road surface has been a bit soggy. That is the reason some delays has been there. But then again, it's not only we're building the roads. It's the water lines that we are working with Water Authority to replace there. And there is some...
you also work with the Fiji Electricity Authority to remove the house?
Yes, we're working with FRA in terms of removal or realigning the electricity post. So, and then again, we need to work with our contractors and our engineers in terms of building the footpath and the street light too. Mm-hmm. So it's the whole package that we are working on. So
we're looking at work being completed in 2018, or it might prolong, depends on weather and
yes.
other situations, right? So when FRA does plan on constructing a road, major highways, you do take all these things into consideration?
Yes.
What about the road along Ratumara Road near RSMS, which it's a one-way, which is causing a lot of frustration? What is causing the delay there?
Unfortunately, that place, the road, the underground of the road has been the Water Authority sewer line. That has causing us a bit of problem. So we need to make a way for Water Authority to fix the sewer line first, and before we can fix the road pavement. At this stage, the water line has been fixed, so the contractors are working to fix the road surface.
So while we're talking about Water Authority, normally we see that Water Authority fixes damaged pipes underground, and after digging, work is sort of left unattended. Who fixes the road after Water Authority digs it? Is it the Fiji Roads Authority or the Water Authority?
Well, the road maintenance is all under Fiji Roads Authority, but we have got a agreement, a code of conduct between the utilities, which is the Water Authority, Fiji Electric Authority, Telecom Fiji, in terms of if they use our road network by digging or anything, we have got a procedure where each of these our staff talked in between. So when there is a water line burst, they dig up the road, the maintenance, and after the completion of the Water Authority's pipes and when they test it, that's why you see that roads are sometimes left 1 or 2 days after the repair work. After the test being carried out by authorities, then we go and seal this road up, and that has been done by Fiji Roads.
We've been noticing, and general public at large, that the Massino and Nosuri Highway Road, and then, as I mentioned earlier, the RSMS Road and other road projects in Nandi, it seems that projects are delayed. Is it because of lack of skilled workers or engineers, or because I know weather is a factor which has been taken into consideration. It always rains in Suva, right? But I don't think that could be a major contributing factor for delays, because you do factor that in. But other than that, what causes the delay? Is it because of lack of skilled workers or engineers? Do you have the right people?
Well, I think that normally if there is a delay in a particular project, especially with the road building, like in Nandi, four lining, or in Suva, there are a lot of other issues in terms of coming into play of the delays. It's basically could be we have to deal with all the utilities, ensuring that all we are on the same page to build the road up, and then again we have to relook at that. If we are acquiring any additional land, so there is a land issue that needs to dealt with.
But the land issues are dealt with prior to construction.
Yes. So the whole phase of the construction, from the designing up to the building, and then again it is we have got the contractors; they are skilled. FRA has got the skilled staff in terms of we have recruited a lot of staff currently. Plus, we have got a few expert staff who pass our knowledge to our local staff. But then, some of the delays are in terms of that some design needs to be changed when you're actually building the road, because we have seen some unforeseen reason.
What could be the unforeseen reason?
It's just because could have been aligned at a different place where the design says, or it could be swampy areas that or a culvert needs to be replaced with a larger
This happens
culvert.
while the road is being constructed?
Well, sometimes yes, because when you dig it up on the road, that's where you find these unusual items.
Okay, anyway, we'll take a break, and right after the break, we'll talk more with Mr. Sen, the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, and you can call me after this commercial break. Our number is 3220906 and 3220907. Welcome back on Speak Your Mind. I'm your host Shami Lochan Lal, and my guest is the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, Robert Sen. Robert, we have some callers on Speak Your Mind, guest. Welcome on Speak Your Mind. Your name and your question, please.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Rakesh. I am a resident of Nandawa, and my question here today is in regards to the footpaths and the bus shelters, which are not actually being erected. We have been talking to with the ministers before, and knowing it's pretty heavy rain time and again, and then there's a lot of kids. We have about 6,500 people around there.
This is you're calling from Nandera, right? So you're concerned
Nandawa.
Nandawa.
I'm calling from Nandawa.
So you're concerned about roads in your area.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, especially you talk about bus shelters and footpath in the Nandera area. Therefore, for that, our project for footpath has been scoped for that particular area and is going on tender. And you'll see that once the tender has been placed out, we're expecting some work within a few months' time. So that has been already been scoped and programmed for that area.
So does this come all the way to Nandawa as well?
Yes, there are certain roads in Nandawa that the footpath has been scoped off.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much for your call. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Robert from Nandawa. Some Speak Your Mind fans posted their comments on Facebook, Speak Your Mind Facebook. And this is Shalendra Prasad from Nandi. He wanted to know when exactly will the remaining of the 4-lane work finish in Martintar. It's a traffic havoc right now?
Well, Shalane, I think the program to complete the four lining in Nandi is end of March, where we're looking at 2018 that we should complete the road up to from Wailoa Junction, going up to the airport. Then again, the reason is why it's been taking is not only we doing the road, is all the you see the water lines under the ground and electricity cable underneath it. Our contractors are working hard to meet this deadline.
Thank you. We've got another caller online. So welcome on Speak Your Mind. Your name and where are you calling from, and your question, please.
Yes, hello. This is Nina from Suva.
Yes, Nina.
Yes, and my question is, I need to ask our guest today is, whenever they make the roads, they repair the roads, and then I've noticed a lot of time that they dig it up again. Can he tell us why does that happen? We're always curious. Does it have to do anything with the underground pipes, or is there anything else that's something they're not telling us?
Thank you, Nina. As far as I'm concerned, if there is a newly completed road is being dug up, that could be one of the reason is mostly is the water line which is messed up, and that is beyond everybody's control. And unfortunately, we have to dig up the road and to repair these water lines. And you see where possible we are with consulting with the water authorities of Fiji. We are they are putting the new line so that these issues is not repeated.
Does that answer your question, Nina?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've got another question. This is Ritesh Pratap. He wants to know about roads in rural areas. Will it be tar-sealed? It gets very dusty during dry season and muddy roads during rainy season. And there is this guy, Mohammed Yusuf. He lives in Hayward, California, but he's interested to know why are they patching roads too much here and there in Fiji. Some places roads are ripping off. For example, tar-seal is coming off in Savsavu, Buddha Bay, Nambawalu and Ducati areas.
Okay, firstly go with the rural roads. Yes, FRA has got a plan to tar-seal some of these rural roads. As we have got large number of rural roads in our network, so it's impossible to tar-seal all the roads at one financial year. We have planned for the couple of roads that to be tar-sealed in this financial year. And going to the tar-sealed roads, what is happening, one of the issues that FRA is facing is overloading in Fiji. That's is a major cause of damaging our network. It cost FRA and the current government huge amount of money to build this network of roads, and overloading reduces the life of the road. So that's one area that has been a challenge for FRA.
Mm-hmm. Manish Narayan Gudri, he lives in Wellington, New Zealand, formerly of Fiji. He'd like to know the quality of workmanship and the tar and other road materials used does not seem to stand the pressure and intensity of people, vehicles. So the lifespan of the road, he's saying, is very limited. What steps are taken to instill quality stuff?
What I can say is when the contract is given out to a contractor, we specifically say the life of a road that's they're building. So we have got our technical staff with FRA who looks at all the technical details to ensure that the quality of materials is being used for that standard. However, then we have to look at the challenges that FRA face. The major challenges of overweight vehicles that reduces the life of the road.
Would FRA in near future want to charge toll fees on international highways to help with your future maintenance? Because you mentioned there are trucks and loads, heavy loads which damage Fiji roads. Do you have a plan to do that in future, like they do in overseas countries? Well,
that possibly could be an option later on for the FRA to decide or think of. But currently, that option is not thought of.
We haven't thought about it. Okay. You talked about the road and road conditions and wearing and tearing is because of heavy loads, etc. I'd like to know, FRA repairs a lot of potholes every month, right? How many potholes would you repair off the cuff in Fiji?
Off the hand, I don't have the figures, but what happens is some of these roads are being programmed to do a rehab or renewal of the roads. For meantime, when the design work is happening or the contractor is mobilizing to fix this road, we need to do a pothole, repair the pothole so that it is for the traffic movement. You'll see the most of these Queen Elizabeth Drive, Rotumara Road are in a process of a what do you call our Sarap 1 project. That road will be tar sealed. So meantime, the contractor is working on the footpath side and doing some design work. So that particular area of the road, you'll see that a couple of potholes has been fixed up so that it's easy for traffic to travel on. And within a few months' time, that whole area of the road will be tar sealed.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. We'll continue with pothole story soon after this break, and you're welcome to call after this break on Gold FM. Speak your mind on 3220-906 and 3220-907 soon after this break. Welcome back on Speak Your Mind on Gold FM. My guest is the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, Robert Sen. Robert, we were talking about the potholes. So the FRA repairs a lot of potholes every month, right? And we see that. However, the repair does not last long. Slight rain causes the pothole. Is it because you don't have skilled contractors to carry the work or quality material is not used? How does FRA monitor this?
With that, FRA has got this the maintenance manager, maintenance crew that they go and inspect these areas where our maintenance contractor has been doing the pothole repairs. There is a program for audit checks, so they go and do the checks. But then again, you see the most of this road where the pothole or the pavement is failing because the whole structure of road needs to be resurfaced and redo again. You know. Some of these particular roads has been in program to be resealed in this financial year.
So what can be done to maintain the roads so that potholes do not form in the first place? What is FRA going to do? What are some plans you have in place?
Well, you see most of the newer roads that has been repaired and tar sealed with asphalt, there is pothole free. And those has been, so these roads which have been in getting potholes. They have been quite older roads. The maintenance has not been there for a few years. The repair work has not been done, and those particular roads has gone is their useful life. So what FRA is doing currently is programming the prioritizing the particular section of the road that needs to be resealed again.
So you mentioned earlier that the reason potholes do not last long is because the roads are very old. Is it? Or is it the contractors who are not doing their job? Who are your contractors, by the way?
Well, in Central Division, the maintenance contractor is Fulton Hogan,
right.
And in Northern is same Fulton Hogan, and in Western is our contractor is Higgins. So and they look after all our maintenance of the road. And if there is a major potholes or repair needs to be done, our maintenance, FRA maintenance staff do advise them what needs to be done there.
Does FRA have any say in the quality your contractors use, the materials which they use to cover the potholes?
Yes.
If so, then why do we still see potholes coming soon after rain appearing?
Well, you see, not all the places the potholes fails. It's basically where the structure of the roads is failing. So the potholes they put it across just to see the ease of flow of the traffic. And if they fails, then it is the contractor's responsibility. Again, they go and repair it.
Which is a challenging road, the most challenging road, which has the most potholes, and it keeps coming.
See, our road structure has been quite a bit old,
Yes.
and a lot of them requires a resurfacing and resealing. And you see in few months' time, we have got another project of free sealing through our IDB Bank project.
Mhm.
And you'll see the contractors will be resealing most of our areas of this road.
So, as you speak, do we say that whenever it will rain, we will still be faced with potholes?
The potholes will be minimized, I would say.
How long does it take to repair the potholes? Because soon after very heavy rain, we see potholes, and then the drivers, the motorists, I think they have to wait for too long to get the potholes repaired? How long does it take?
It all depends on the areas too. But our maintenance crew management will get these contractors to mobilize as soon as possible where there is a pothole or it's dangerous to drive on this road. Yeah.
So moving away from potholes now, motorists may blame roadway signs, roadway designs for accidents, but it's really the cause. Is there ongoing work carried by FRA in cooperation with various authorities on roadway markings, road signs along cliffs or hidden creeks or sharp bends?
Yes, you see FRA has done a lot of projects in terms of blind spots or black spots areas where we have put a lot of guardrails, signages. If you're traveling across, Kings or Queens Road, this is one of the things. This is basically we look at the safety when we do our safety audit of our roads, and this is one of the requirements, a standard that FRA needs to put that guardrails or the signages for safety of the motorists who are traveling on that particular section of the road.
So the Pekhabanavua area is a very flat road, and there are a lot of hidden creeks in that area. Has FRA done any safety audit in that area and some measurements to put some road signs, safety signs?
Yeah, I think normally they put the speed limit signs there, and also the guardrails where the bridge or the crossings are.
Okay. Reflective cat eyes. We used to see that on our roads a lot. But recently it has become a history on our roads. So why are we not having reflective cat eyes on particularly dangerous sections of the roads or on the marking? Because it does become very difficult when you drive at nights. And this reflective signs did help a lot, especially driving at night.
It's a very good point. I'll take it on board and pass it to my technical people to reassess.
You do recall that Fiji roads did have that, but we hardly see that now.
A long time ago, yes.
Is it because someone took it off, or?
Well, I've got no idea about that. It's a very good point. I'll take it to my technical team to reassess what was the reason for not using it, or can we possibly start using it.
Yeah, as for safety measures,
yes.
Would FRA consider bringing it back? I think that will be a good point.
Yeah.
Mr. Sen, we talked about potholes, going back to potholes again. Would you know how many potholes did Fiji Roads Authority repair in the last 6 months, or the last year, or within 1 year? Because that is a topic of interest.
Well, that's what I said. I don't have the numbers on hand, but I can give you these numbers because when we get a report on a monthly basis from our contractors, these numbers are in there. So I can get you a definite number.
Thank you very much. We'll take another caller, and after that we'll take a break. Welcome on Speak Your Mind. Your name and your question, and where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from 28 Burrowa Street.
Yes, and your name?
My name is Mrs. Mohan, and Robert Sen must be knowing me very well.
Okay.
And this is regarding the road at 7 Maharaj Place. And after I have been complaining from year 2014 when my sister was sick, because I had to go every time there, and the road had so many so many potholes, and then now they have gravelled it. I don't know when they're going to tar seal that road. And now the gravel all coming into my mother's driveway, and I have to sweep out every time. And I don't know when they will tar seal that road. After 2014, so after so many years, I have written to City Council. Then City Council pressured road authority. Then they fixed the road. I had the letter, it's very disappointing. After that, then I spoke to, who is that, CEO Vola Vola or somebody like that. And then he said, not to worry, I think city council then pressured FRU,
FRA?
the Fiji Road Authority,
Yes.
and then they fixed that thing. But
So-
now when they're going to tussle the road,
So the pothole has been fixed.
yeah, they said the road was so in a bad condition
Okay.
because nobody was repairing the road. I've been complaining from 2014.
So you now want to know that when will this road be tar sealed?
Yeah, they gravelled it before my, on first, second,
All right. Mr. Sen,
when
would
I
you
went
like
there.
to answer concerns?
Thank you, Mrs. Mohan, regarding that complaint. At this stage, I don't have a definite time frame when this road will be tar sealed. But what I can do is I can go and talk to my program managers in charge of resealing of these roads and see how fast we can fast track or the reason why this road has not been tar sealed earlier.
We'll take a break and we'll be back soon after this commercial break. So feel free to call us on 3220906 and 3220907 on Speak Your Mind. Welcome back on Speak Your Mind, and my guest on Speak Your Mind is the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, Robert Sen. So moving on, Robert, how do you decide the traffic light synchronization? It is certainly a reality that traffic light timings are annoying too many people in city areas. Near Center Point area at Lodala Beach, the traffic light which turns into Center Point, it comes on for about 2 seconds, it goes green, and then it changes light frequently, which could cause accidents. So how does FRA do the traffic light synchronization?
With the traffic light, the first thing is, most of this traffic light system which has been installed at Center Point and the various locations are pretty old in terms of we cannot reconnect each of them. Also, the system is based that the engineers need to go directly at the site physically and to do the changes of the timing. Currently, FRA is looking at or surveying the process of getting a new system in terms of street lighting, so that that could be controlled from a office, maybe at our head office, so that the timing of a off-peak timing could have been adjusted from one place.
So at this very moment, you don't have any alerts going to FRA office or somewhere or a hub where you would know that a traffic light is not synchronized or is not working?
Well, I mean, if the traffic light is not working, we rely on a public or our traffic light inspector to go and look at it. They do a weekly inspection check. But then if something is a fault, as I said, most of these traffic lights are pretty old. And we rely on public or our inspector to go and check. And we have got this toll-free number, which is 5720, which people can call and complain about if there is issues on traffic lights.
So if you said that you rely on public, which I think is a very serious concern.
No,
what if public doesn't report to you?
Well,
then would be an ongoing situation?
No, but then we normally have our traffic inspectors who go and check this traffic light on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is a fault and they know there is a fault, they fix it then and again. But then this equipment, as I said, is pretty old and it could fail at any point of time.
So how old is this equipment?
I think this has been installed when it was installed a long time ago. I don't have the year when it was installed.
And FRA did not make any point to consider changing it?
This was said there is a plan in place for the whole traffic light signal systems that we are working on it to change, and that would be modernizing signal, which could the timing would be changed.
How soon are we looking at that?
At this stage, I can say we are assessing the couple of systems or models to change our traffic system.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, this will be done in this fiscal year.
Is FRA responsible for synchronizing traffic light timings, or do you have your contractors who do it?
No, it's the FRA. We have got technical staff within FRA who does the traffic light.
How do you, just out of interest, how do you determine the duration of lights like green light, red light in urban areas and major cities? How do you determine the duration?
It's more technical and based on, I think, the traffic count and traffic flow that is being determined the number of seconds to be where the traffic lights will change.
So in major urban areas, in city areas, so it's got a standard fixed synchronized time.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Do you also, since we've seen a lot of vehicles on our roads, has Fiji Roads Authority gone ahead to change the duration of the time synchronized, or is it working with the same duration which you had in the past years?
You know, some of this system that has got, it's pretty old, which does not allows us to change this timing of duration. And some of these traffic light signals, which we have changed the controllers or the past to allow us to change some time. So our engineers are working as best as possible to do the change of this timing where possible for the ease of traffic flow. However, as we said, we have got a program in place to amend all those things and get the new system in place within this financial year.
So what would be the general and realistic time change from green to red or red to green? Because some people, while I was preparing this talk back show, and this was a major concern, some said that they had to wait for 5 minutes, motorists especially. Is that true?
I doubt it. My traffic engineer would be the best person to let me know the timing or how they adjust this flow of time from red to green or green to red.
Thank you. I think it would be great to go back and find out, and maybe some solution would pop up very soon. You had mentioned earlier that traffic on our roads is causing a lot of damage to our roads. So do you have any plans with LTA or Buses Association or your stakeholders to have express buses pick and drop passengers along the longer stretch to ease traffic and for passengers' convenience like they do in countries like Hong Kong and other countries?
Well, it's a good suggestion. I think we normally have a meeting or a consultation meeting with all our stakeholders in terms of the congestion that we're facing in Suva City and in other cities. A lot of plans are being decided on, and then we work very closely with the LTA in terms of overloading to ensure that people do not overload. And we have a regular meeting with the bus association in terms of the road condition and the flow of traffic.
Are people taking heed, the bus companies, and are they taking heed?
There are some suggestions that what would possibly we could do is express buses, but there is a lot of other minor other issues.
Because we still see overloading of buses, so that it hasn't sort of helped.
Well, it's part of I think the enforcement side of it is our police department, and LTA is working very hard in this area.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. We'll take another break, and then we'll go into our last segment of Speak Your Mind. That is when you can call us on 3220-907 and 3220-906. We are on our last segment of Speak Your Mind on Gold FM. I'm your host, Shamilochan Lal, and my guest is the acting CEO of Fiji Roads Authority, Robert Sen. So FRA has received an increase of 66.4 million in 2017 and 2018 national budget. What will it be attributed to? What are the key areas you're looking at?
Yeah, the total allocation to Fiji Roads in 2017 and 18 budget is 527.5 million. And which is comprised of 26.8 million is our operating cost, and 500.8 million is a capital expenditures. Of this is 75 million is for our road maintenance program, and that is basically for sealed road, unsealed roads, we look after the outer island roads too and drainages. And then ongoing maintenance and a new bus shelters, footpath.
Where would be the new bus shelters and footpath?
The new bus shelters and footpath is all over, across the urban and rural areas that has been identified that we're putting through. Also, we will be looking at building some waiting sheds in other facilities at Kandavu and Gao Island.
These are the bus shelters?
No, these are the waiting sheds.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, the budget is also used for our emergency repairs and response in terms of any small flooding or in terms of cyclone. The other part is the road is the cost of our budget is in renewals and replacement of roads. This is basically when we have got the stretch of road in like necessary road. You'll see currently Kuninspil Drive has been rehab, so we'll be continuing that route up to the towards the National Stadium.
Yeah, we've also seen Cunningham Road.
Yes,
the footpath.
Yes, that will be completed, and there are roads in also in Nandi, Singitoka, Ba, and Lutoka, and Vitilevu and Vanualevu too. And we have got this upgrade of and replacement of bridge, or which is and the crossings in Western divisions, Central, Northern, and there are a couple of major bridges that we are working on. Is the Necessary Bridge, which will be has already gone out for tender, and
this is the very narrow Necessary Bridge, right?
Yeah, so we're expecting some works to be started within a few months of time once the contract has been awarded.
So what are your short and long-term maintenance programs to improve and develop Fiji Roads network?
Well, the long-term plan, basically, we are looking at resealing most of these and renewals of the old deteriorated roads in Fiji. And short-term plans is basically some of the sections of the road where has been deteriorated a lot due to conditions that has been replaced. Renewals has been that only those sections. But as we would like to repair the whole, complete the road in terms of renewals. So that's the program that we have worked, and putting other streetlight programs. You'll see that we have got a major streetlight program happening in Kings Road, Queens Road, and in Suva urban areas, and also in North.
Do you have a time frame to complete this project?
Yes. Well, I mean, each of these program, when it's been tendered out, the contractors are given a time frame to complete this project. Currently, the streetlight program tender is out in the market. So once tender has been received, we'll relook at the time framing of each of these projects.
So repair works on old bridges included in FRA's program. How long will it take to remove the river bridge so it doesn't cause further damage or accidents?
Old river bridge, currently we're assessing with our engineers whether to leave it like that or to remove it as sections of it. Removing the old bridge will cost money too. So the engineers will be able to let us know what is the best solution for FRA. But currently it has been closed for all traffic and foot traffic too. And the new bridge, the fencing has been started work, and it should be completed within hopefully end of this.
I think that was
month.
a great initiative by FRA, because you attended to this need as soon as people and the schools around that area brought this to your attention, that it was very unsafe for school children because of heavy traffic and fast-going traffic along that lane. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now talking about service delivery, what improvements will we see in service delivery in future? Or very soon?
Well, FRA, in terms of providing a safer and better network, road network within Fiji, you'll see that most of these roads will be rehab. Also, most of these we are implementing, putting the footpaths in the areas of school areas, and also in the general roads, street light programs. And also we're looking in terms of getting a better service delivery around the schools, health centers, the roads will be tar sealed and putting the street light for the school children and the public at large.
Is there a toll-free number people could call you?
Yes, they can call on 5720.
Or any complaints
Any
or any
complaints,
suggestions?
any suggestions.
Anything they observe?
Yes.
What are your major challenges
Well,
faced by FRA?
major challenges is we've got I think aging network, road network that needs to be maintained and keep it open for the public to use, as well as in the same time to maintain that. We've got challenges in terms of if you see the Nandi four-lining project, we need to maintain the road and ensuring that the safety of a public and a traffic is kept at the same level, and also providing the access for the contractor to rebuild. It's because that particular road is been heavily used by the public. So far, the contractor has been maintaining the safety measures, and FRA worked closely with the contractor, and the project will be coming to close very near future, which is in March 2018.
Thank you, Mr. Sen, for coming on Speak Your Mind and for sharing a lot of information with us. So if you want to call FRA on their toll-free number, it's 5720. Do feel free to call them should you notice any potholes or anything which does concern you on our roads. But thank you for doing a good job, Mr. Sen. I'll be back on Speak Your Mind next week with another very interesting guest, a home that nurtures orphaned and vulnerable children to their fullest potential. I'll be taking you to that place and I'll be talking to some very interesting guests next week on Speak Your Mind again. So see you then. Thank you very much for being on the show with me.